on the other hand,
it's the first time in a while I felt like, not scared for my job, but I felt like I would say a lot of stuff that has already been said because Mini can focus on that stuff. So it's the first time I felt like I haven't. I felt like I had impact still in terms of what to call about, but majority of my stuff got called. I would say like 60% of the stuff I was going to say was said on the stream, whereas normally I feel it's like 10, maybe.
As mates are running through spawn and Krax has cottoned onto this.
He's heard everything and he's calling towards the lone site anchor on towards B. Kata captain at the same time is exploring A main.
Oh god, he's perfectly tucked.
Attacker spawn.
Oh god.
Is it just going to be a freebie? Yeah, it is. Zipan with 1 kill, but in the
nuts
meantime,
to watch.
fight's going on towards Gen.
Ooh,
Forwards goes
hold up
Click.
though.
He's going to drop. Now looking at the position,
what is going
Zipan
on
is
here?
so far out of play.
Great shot.
He'll just be looking to try and use those salvos late,
Yeah,
but
and of
not
course
too
you're
much
against
time
the
already
tail.
bought here. It's a true 1v1.
Got to look at the position of the spike plant as well. It's not anywhere near for Zipan.
Yeah, and he knows that he has to go aggro, just purely because it's not a good plant. Very nice from Krax, that's why you put him on the KO. Pure comfort. 2-1 on pistols.
Full of impact from one of FUT's longest standing players. And it's the kind of response that you really needed after Gentlemates getting away with so many of these pistols, having good prep coming into it. In terms of the post plant, I like the idea to fight towards spawn side, but it's just very, very staggered.
Yeah, it's really... I mean, like, the round itself is so topsy-turvy. You're thinking to yourself, like, as the rotates coming through, like, it should be a Gentlemates round, but they hadn't identified the player.
It's just a better way to handle the
It's just very well played all round.
I think out of the spawn plants we've seen so far, Na'Vi tried it as well. I can't remember one that has gone well because of the plant. It's always been something else that has happened to offset it a little bit. Mini spotted as the Cypher main, and with the flashing util coming in, you expect the second piece.
Krax just going for more. He's actually got 2.
Can't
Needs to be careful, the player coming up rope. At the same time though, Kamek's there to peek off it. This is really nice. A 3k in total, but a bulldog recollected. This is something to work with. Now 2v3.
Yeah, just needs to stay alive and let Mini do the next duel.
Get everything back together.
It's that recollection of the spike though. Meanwhile, FUT have cleared all the way through spawn and have a good idea of the picture.
No matter what, it's a K ult, but I mean, it's a good ult, but it's not like it's not gonna 100% win you around.
Clearing through bottom. Zeus has to be big here.
Right into him. The cam doesn't clear.
Yeah,
Zeus
but Zeus hears the cam, so he knows he's owned it.
Has to not be caught by this, and so it's a lineup of players straight to the chopping block. Zeus with 2 kills that put FUT 2 rounds up.
Yeah, you just see the intelligence of the duelist. At the same time, that arcade push, the arcade fight, a little bit dangerous. You're starting to see the ideas, what was coming through.
So how do they want to do this? Because you're playing up against Gentlemates comp that is very good in the after plant. So you could, on the bonus, like push somewhere. You could heavy stack somewhere. You could easily retake and bust love into the spank.
Coming in. Yeah, they're up against the null command early.
Yeah, so they want to go aggro. They got stun from heaven. Oh, I like this though. They stun. Oh, this is nice. This was the DRX, right? Where you do salvo into stun into salvo, and like you min-max it because of the way that the stairs are. Like if you do damage fast, you're only getting this, because you do damage second, you're getting the longer angle. That's so nice.
Going and taking A main space. Gentlemates clearly pivot, go towards B, and they've even got enough time to try and allocate the
DRX combo, yeah. It's so smart. Where can I draw for a little bit? We'll just draw up here.
The perfect situation.
Like if you imagine
set up the post plant exactly as you would
this
like.
Is this.
Cater to your strength. 3 players in main.
If you damage hit, let's wait.
And the rest right behind. Mate following the torch that he has held in front. Leading by example once again, as soon as Click
okay, I can talk for a bit.
Slightest
so
scent of blood,
this is how heaven is, right? With this being the top bit of heaven, right? This is here. So if you do your breach damage from down here, it only covers like this block, right? Because it goes upwards. But they do it like in the middle, so it gets like full distance. But you get all of this instead of like half of this, and then you have salvos. So like it's really min-max to like the top level. But this was DRX that did this. It's very, very nice.
They identified the breach player, Mr. Fallen, who'd been playing there a few times. And yeah, Kamek just spot on.
Like, where do you go? Where do you go with a play like that? And the answer for Gentlemates being, of course, you go through
It's so
Spawn
nasty, yeah, it's
them.
so strong.
And I think it's another situation where
Dude, it looks like they might do it again.
We're not going to see the same
They can do it again.
Mr. Fallen is there. This would be a bit disgusting, wouldn't it? Oh, where's he off to
Oh
this
god.
time?
He just got out of
He
there.
has lived it.
He tanked one.
Wouldn't want to make that mistake twice.
Hey, listen, seen it happen before. Click this time.
I read your other message off
Get
through.
the space towards CT. Zusto catch it in transition.
Oh,
Kada.
don't know about
And
that
Mr.
one.
Fallen making sure to make good of the trade. Advantage towards FUT.
Zaboss23 with the
Trying
prime.
to
Thank you so much,
clear
bro.
out
Appreciate the
this
4 months. Thank you,
area
thank
here,
you.
Pest control, making sure that
I
nobody
mean, if
has
they get a
managed to
plant,
slip
they
in
get a
there
tail.
and get towards Spawn.
No smokes on this one,
Quite
but they do get a free
laissez-faire,
plant.
Lax, allowing the French organisation
Yeah,
to
it's
get the
unlucky.
plant in on A.
Ooh.
Very close.
They both went for the poppin' swing.
To try and tee up Mini, it doesn't work out. Now the two players stuck on site have to hold up against 4 players of FUT. The first one got,
shots.
the second, the
Oh,
third,
shots,
and
bro.
guess
He's playing incredibly well.
Gentlemates able to
On the redemption
break the
path.
bye of FUT.
Absolutely decimating them.
He had such, oh my goodness.
In
He
full
had such a good map
control
one.
yet again. Joining this squad, he feels as if it's been night and day from those days that he spent on the Liquid team. Finally seeing the other side of things, the
Remember the
sunny
one
side of
before on the
things.
Abyss? Yeah, of course.
As well, though,
Great shots, all of them.
frustrating round for FUT. Right, you're in a 4 versus 2, coming back in, and you gift 1 versus 1s to the 2 remaining players. Massive stuff.
Huge impact on that. 2v4 over
Having
towards
already
site,
sought
force
his
them down to an
revenge in the
eco.
previous matchup,
Chance for them to start getting their ults back
the
as
tear
well.
continues. FUT on the receiving end so far. And in this round, what are your objectives? Collecting orbs, creating a problem point for Gentlemates perhaps towards bridge on the top side of the map. They've cleared it out. Gentlemates were actually looking to try and re-clear that
Yeah,
space
we got a free
themselves
site here. We got
through
drone
the
goes in,
underpass
wall,
instead.
smoke,
It is click
salvos,
solo B.
salvos. The only place they haven't been able to clear is heaven.
Huge fight.
Has to be won cleanly.
Let's see
Cax
how
needs to
much
hit
damage
headshots.
FUT can do with the
This is
eco.
very nicely done.
Oh my god, again?
Kamek again.
Yeah,
he
stunned
looks
up for the
almost
first
good
at
enough
least,
to
maybe
try
not
and
for the
get that
second.
double.
Nice
Zusto
shot.
certainly looks good enough himself.
Got a
That's
wall
player
to
you can rely
create a lot of
upon.
pressure on
Rolling
the defuse
Thunder
if he wants
isn't gonna
to.
work out.
Or do
Mr.
the wall and
Fallen's
half has
classic
to
hits.
happen here.
This is winnable.
Kamek has now died with the
Super
aftershock as well,
winnable.
and while the incendiary flies
Body
through
block?
the skies,
Nope.
it's not quite
Tap
landed
load,
just
do they
yet,
have
and only
confidence?
just now
Yeah.
starting to stop the defuse. Actually, I don't think it had landed correctly, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, different plan to what
Mini's
they
found
used to.
2 kills, needs a third to make it a third.
Has the cam for contact. Spike hadn't been half. Has to jump because of the cam's positioning. Needs to win out. Still, Mr. Fallen trying to bait out, using the stun to at least get half.
Okay, dude, they're playing these situations well though. It's good damage from FUT. They managed to get 4 guns out of them for what was pretty much just a full eco.
It's won by mates.
They get there. Over the line, Mini to take them once more. Kamek doing brilliant work in tower. Up against, you know, a set of Sheriff's pistols just to try and be problematic. The fact that the Rolling Thunder is absent from this
Yeah, we saw the
round
molly miss
is probably
again,
the biggest
but
thing if you're FUT, though.
again,
They have an overdrive.
This is
The threat that their own ultimates
it keeps happening, but
could
it's
create
not really the molly missing.
proactivity.
It's just like
But from the setup,
they
you can see
plant
it
here
is
instead of
anything but the
here
case.
because sometimes they're
That
scared of,
last
I guess,
round,
someone
they
rushing
tried
up
to go
through
for the
the
bridge crunch,
smoke and
even
killing
though
them,
it was a slow
and
one.
then they're doing the molly
They
for
could
like
see it. This would have been the
more
round to
default
call,
plant instead of the one that's
unfortunately,
flush to the
contact being
box.
taken towards drop.
And because it is a little telegraph, this discontrol isn't
Okay, another big buy round for FUT, and we've got one isolated over towards site. You got Mr. Fallon absolutely sending it. Very nice from him.
Into Mr. Fallen. Feet
Yeah,
planted on
and
the
this
A
whole
site
map,
with
especially
a
when
rest
it's
of
brim
FUT
v brim, is
following
just like a
suit.
smoke off, right?
Kada, the last
You
player
wanna,
left, the orb by
because
his
these
side.
smokes come down, you want to be
His
doing your
death
own smokes to be able
She'll
to fight
confirm the
on the
orbital
side
strike
itself.
regardless.
And on this one, FUT
So perhaps better just not to give away the
way too good
position
on it.
for now. It's an empty utility belt
managed to fight with 2 over towards site, had a good
from the
crossfire.
most vanilla of vanilla agents. You literally just got the gun in your hand to try and get something done here.
Where do you even go realistically? I mean, at this point in time, with 4 players towards that A side, I mean, 3 looking over the spike alone.
You've got to be thinking to the future. And for a player like Kada as well, who joined from stage 2
Kada's
last
just
year,
waiting to see
he's
if
had a
anyone
little
gets
bit more
greedy
time
for this
to
all.
mesh with this project as it's been built. from the ground up, from the coach slot. We mentioned it a little bit before, but Gentlemates have invested a lot into their coaching staff, trying the right
from dish
people.
to site kind of helps
Back
the
so
defense
far as
more.
August, September last year, I think around at the time of Ascension is when they were starting to look picking up
especially when you're hitting
because
from just dish.
really, this is almost
got,
like the
no
best
pressure
of the rest
here.
in terms of challenges.
You just go,
the
what?
players that they've been able to hold on to.
Then you can
Kader,
clear
of course,
here, and then you can
has his
wait
own
for it to
personal
fall, and then
reasons.
you're good.
Sorry.
I mean, that's the thing, right? You look at the investment for Gentlemates as a whole. Like JT, Gokid,
yeah, it even helps the name play.
I don't think my accent is maybe the
honestly,
best.
I'm glad that you left that one to me, but the point still stands.
Yeah, like there is so much there, and this like ties into the point that we were talking about earlier in terms of Ante and stuff like that, how it was looking good against Liquid, and now coming in against FUT. This is the map to Ante.
A Parisian homecoming at the end of the tunnel, but Gentlemates taking this one game at a time. FUT standing in front of them and starting to respond with the right
they're going
ideas.
to eco, but they're actually forced into this Gentlemates.
At their disposal.
There's a set strat going on top site. At one point, this camera's going to check who's pushed. There we go. Only sees one.
Emptiness.
Didn't see these two pushing.
Like this though, at the same time, every single time, FUT putting the same Cypher utility there. So it seems as if maybe there had been a lot towards that side of the map. There has not been.
Yeah. This reclear from underpass is gnarly to try and get through though. When you don't have that extra presence to just support it a little bit, and you'd have to be crazy or nuts yesterday to go across that zip line without any extra info.
The strong free pass and setup. That's my IGL though. Throws the gun over to Zeus, and he just tanks the shorty. They had no backup gun for the Neonaut. Dude, as he managed to do that.
Gets out with 30 points of health.
Walks out of the fire, smoldering his shirt, giving off smoke but still alive. Mates now realizing
a little bit of pressure.
There may be
Knife
a
goes
gap
in. They
elsewhere,
managed to
and
clear
this
this
stack of
though.
players that sits on B
So
is making
rotates coming in.
concessions elsewhere,
Kill trip.
so to A they go.
There's
Later
no
in the
one to
round this
capitalize
time.
off of it. Ooh.
Now,
Oh my god, Ati, you're in so much trouble. Can you kill one? Plays off the kill trip.
There's always a chance.
Keep an eye on the time, 16 seconds.
At the moment though, because the Spike's still not
Spike still hasn't got past the trip in main yet.
It's going to be a brawl all the way to the end, and now it's just the remaining player of Cracks who's so
dude, it's doable, man. Very, very doable, the 1v3.
The fragment comes in, but it's a moment too late. Kamek trying to escape,
super
goes down.
doable.
Oh, 1v1.
It's Cracks, you feel like who's in control right now.
Very nice. Oh my god, man. Give him a pistol round, give him this one. He's farming him.
Salvos could save him. Nothing to fall back upon. It's FUT in front.
It's a player as well when we look
Yeah,
towards
dude,
Cracks in the
Gentlemates really
performance,
messed that
who
one
we've
up.
talked
They did
about
good to
as
win a
being
lot of the
this
duels in the
utility player,
situation,
the
but then when they get into that
system player, the one
1v3,
who's
we're still
always
sending it
setting
on
people up.
spawn.
And this series so far,
Well, we don't think he's there after he's stunned.
The value that the kills he keeps getting is almost round winners.
FUT's longest serving player taking this game into his own hands.
I don't know.
You can see what it means to the rest
Why
of
did the
them
last
as well.
guy peek? He thinks he's
Resurrected
walking
in the
towards
second
him.
map so far. And you already mentioned it
Right,
here
he's trying to catch him and he's W
He
king.
really struggled, I think, in the previous series in terms of those attack halves especially. So on the defense, it's a positive start. We'll have to keep our finger on the pulse as far as
Trust
that
me,
goes.
the mistake isn't on the 1v1 there.
As well is, you know,
Like, he could have played after plant, sure. But I think the main mistakes were way before that point.
Well, that seems to be the case because he's so involved with the pack, with how they set up, whether it's the retake or anything else. 11-4 right now, and still with that null command available. Gentlemates, no ults, but you are close to Zip.
I think with this as well, it's going to start looking confident for FUT. Like, that was the main rounds. The mates needed to keep their econ a little bit close.
Frustrating,
they used a couple of ults.
How is that conveyed in terms of, like, why is that?
Like, it was a pretty pivotal round.
Like, the ultimates used orbital strike. Sure, you're using like the neural theft and the overdrive. Maybe not massive ultimates the last two, but you're talking.
It was a false mistake. I'm not even sure it's a mistake in the 1v1. To be honest,
and if you use it on a round
like, you can
loss,
definitely play
value
after on there, but he's got so much time that it's eventually going to go down to a 1v1 duel.
What it is they've got here, just the rifle on click, the Phantom.
The mistake is in the 1v3 before the 1v1.
the catalyst to that initially. It's a combination of util and tower, which Cracks has sidestepped quite nicely, and with the null command expended, there'll be no more of that.
There's ultimates, not ultimates, utility to
Good
come
nade.
back from Mr. Fallen, finding many, and Cracks looking to try and take things on his own.
Kamek just played anti-flash knowing that it was the KO, he did. Saw the nade, managed to hide behind the wall, knew that the flash was coming.
Impressive. The player to give the all clear.
Oh.
Nowhere to go. Has to fight
Wait, he went
forwards.
forwards.
Mr. Fallen in the face
Oh my god.
Finding his third of the
Damn,
round,
bro, this
and
is a
it falls
close
down
round.
to captain at the end to close it out for FUT. Damn near close from Gentlemates. They did
Mr.
invest that ult
Fan
that they had
managed to get two, and it looks like the comms weren't fast enough for, I can't remember who was close there.
Lovely stuff all in, but again, we're speaking about value. You're now at 5
Yeah, that was impressive from Kamek though. So the KO nade, realised the flash was going to happen. Well behind the wall.
That's crazy from Mr. Fallen.
Yeah.
Running into danger.
Brothers,
The
they're all
explosions go
doing
off
it now.
behind him. It's like something out of a Bond
Used to just be
movie.
yesterday shouting, now everyone's doing it.
Cool guys don't look at explosions.
Exactly. And to start this one off, yeah, right. I mean, you're saying that I'm young. What's that say about you? Jeez. Mates have got the Zimmer frame out in this round. They're taking a slow approach.
I respect it.
One leisurely stroll.
One off the Rolling Thunder as well. That's exactly what they're going looking for.
Go, go, go.
It's funny we mentioned age for just a moment. Mini is the youngest IGL in the league, up against one of the veterans in Mr. Fallen. So
Fully smoked.
it's an attack side which has struggled so far. Mid-round always been something highlighted that needed improvements, and in terms of this one, they're stricken for options, trying to split the A site, and they'll use the Rolling Thunder to do it.
Did miss one on sight.
Still get out. Kada first in. Still Zeus not spoken about.
Yeah,
not
didn't they
even
think
found.
sight's clear?
He's going to activate
Shots,
at the
man.
right time.
Oh
Looking to get
my
out.
god, bro, it's the cleanest of clean.
Constantly turns
It's
up
so
when he's
clean.
needed.
Do you let him have it?
Round and setting foot up.
Do you let him
Almost
try?
for a flawless.
Zeus won off the ace, and yet again he has managed to capture lightning in a bottle. He'll try
Oh my
to
god,
close
Mr.
it out
Fallon
here
beefed
with all
beefed the
five.
kill on
And
purpose.
Zeus
I
has
saw him
done
shoot low.
Exactly that.
I saw him shoot low.
Absolutely lights
You let him
out.
have
A
it.
player
Big round.
Who is just mechanically superior to
Dude,
almost
the
everyone
first
in
4
this
kills
league.
here is
Name
so
a player
fast.
better than him when it's their day. I genuinely don't think you can.
Durka. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, you asked.
Oh, mate, come on, man. Like, let me have my moment.
I know exactly what you're saying, and he has been the difference here.
Really clean, man.
Yeah, there is always Durka.
That is a duel that I would love to see, but it's one that we have to be considering later down the road. As we said, you're taking it one step at a time for both of these teams, FUT building into yet another year where their campaign can only be considered a success if they make international stages, make deep runs. And Zeus, certainly a key component of that right now.
What, a couple of days for clips? Yeah, people are getting
On the
good.
other hand, reduced to a
People
pick
are
and
getting
mix
pretty
of
good
weapons
this game.
here, but that seems to be enough right now to give them the green
Nitswa,
light
thank you
to
so much for the
A
tier 1,
site.
bro.
The
Appreciate the 3
plant
months.
As this molly is so well timed.
It'll be frustrating because now those smokes are getting closer and closer to fading. At the same time, you're thinking about the post-plant. What utility do you have? You still have the Brim and Sindri, and on top of that, Zipan, the Teho, his salvos as well.
Don't forget that orbital strike. Look, we can list them off as much as we like. It's the gunfights that have got to start going their way if they want Click. Using and abusing the
God.
smoke around the side
Oh
with
god,
the stinger.
damn.
2 kills picked up.
The
Is the
EMEA
defuse
stinger.
still coming in? Yeah, it
Wait,
is. That's been
I didn't see the
completely
bar here.
overlooked. It's
Oh, they
another
put the
missed
molly here.
in fact, that sold them short.
Yeah, last time they didn't pay for it, but this
Yeah, I
time
thought,
round
dude,
they
honestly,
certainly do.
I heard the
That's a
tap,
thrifty
I
round,
saw
right, where you
I
are
saw the
able
bar,
to
and then I saw a
consolidate
molly
and
go in,
on
and I
top
was
of
like,
that,
well, the
everything
molly's
looks
hit.
good.
But
Amongst
apparently
all
not.
the
Molly
chaos,
missed
it's
and they
just
just
a
stuck
slight
it.
oversight. I mean, we didn't see on the player POV the bar across the top, but the diffuse was being worked on the whole time. The observer's catching it in the picture-in-picture.
Body block? I'm not sure. No, it's just low.
Yeah, the molly comes in and it was
Ooh,
body.
maybe,
It was
maybe,
body
yeah.
blocked.
It looked like a little step
By
went in.
Yetu, that's
It looked
so
low
smartly
and it looked like
played.
the step
It's
was
not
in, so I
only
don't
that,
really
though, You've
know.
got to be thinking about the bodies that are on the line.
Looked
right?
like he kicked it on the left
Maybe
here.
I'm being a bit too harsh there.
Sure. The rifle round is the real barometer of where Gentlemate's attack side currently stands between a FUT that have put their foot down No, but you know, the pun was intended, but you get the
How many
point.
rounds do
This is what we
Gentlemates need?
expect
Oh,
from them. You've got to be
this map's
saying
done, mate.
teams like
But
Gentlemates straight if you want to be as dominant.
5 a pistol and a
as we
bonus, I guess.
expect.
You want the real answer.
Thank you.
No bother.
I'm here all day.
Spike drop.
See if Gentlemates can cut down the working hours and.
Yeah, at the same time though, you're seeing like a lineup here in terms of like the breach shootout, well, the breach done towards a tower, I'd imagine, plus the salvos.
No
Just
body
trying to
block, just
fake
straight up
out
whiff,
towards the
yeah.
B-site, maybe catch or rotate over. While that happens though, there's still going to be the Cypher here and the utility.
Good comms,
so it's going to be
solid
a
comms
clear
from production.
bit of information that FUT will be able to rotate off of.
Yeah, you can see Mr. Fallen was holding the Rolling Thunder, so for FUT right now, the brunt of the setup is catered towards the B side of the map. He'll shuffle the goalpost a little bit as the defense mutates. It's a captain that's able to find the first of the kills. Plenty of ultimates invested into this round. It could be huge in terms of the ramifications because Gentlemates, as you say, are stricken for options now. The utility belt is empty and so are the opportunities. The time bank is gone.
Yeah, this is rough.
And at the beck and call of the hourglass, the final grains of sand have hit the bottom. It's done. That's going to be a third. And look, the silver lining is you keep 4 rifles for what will be another rifle round. It's a far from best case scenario, though.
For me as well, like I'm using this word frustrating a lot, right? And so far it's been a very frustrating attack.
Me watching Sen when Shroud was playing?
What they
Yeah, I
want
think
to
so.
do.
I remember
FUT
going
are
mad
doing
on
very well
Icebox.
to disrupt the game plan.
They might be on the VOD channel.
I
don't know if we had the VOD channel back then.
Leave that so late. After, like, you can see them trying to mess around with utility and fake out towards the B side instead of going like, do you know what? Let's just go and hit towards it. I mean, the Cypher of Yetigy does so well to just gain the information and
just
get
let them
FUT
vibe
to
the plan.
rotate
Yeah, I
quickly.
remember.
Strength of
Remember it's
Gentlemates'
been like,
composition
what is
does
going
come
on?
through those combos, the quick attack speed, as you said before. He's not making the most of it. It's Yetu that they've got to try and get past now.
Oh, no way. Yetigy, he's not able to get
Looked rough to
one.
play
Magic
against though,
Captain
good
can't
trades.
double up, but mates take the clear advantage.
Okay, they
That's
can-
the big
they
thing.
can squeeze
They're
out
looking
4.
towards the post plan.
They'll-
For main. Look at
I mean, honestly, it's the 2 raid
Walked out
bosses.
rafters, and as you mentioned, there is a backstab prepared, and it is Midi that will sink the penultimate blow. One player
Very
less
nice.
than as good as Zeus has been,
They managed to
as
get
he has
one.
played to his strengths
Yeah,
well
it's just
above
not enough rounds.
his player
They would have to
number.
get a pistol bonus.
It's not enough this time.
It's certainly not enough, but when we have to look towards the next half, what do Gentlemates have to put forward on the defence? We've seen what they're good at, and we'll see how those combos work out. We'll find that out on the next half.
Oh, will Luxor make Loud better? I don't know. The last Loud performance was a shocker. I feel like there's a couple of them I would replace with Luxor after watching that. I don't know, we'll see. I don't know enough about this guy to be able to talk. I've heard he's a beast though. Yeah, 100% pick rate in the EMEA at the moment. Wait, really? Kinda crazy. I've watched him. When did I watch him? Speaking of Shroud playing, would you be down for a chamber debate with Shazam? I mean, we kind of had one. We had a one-sided one yesterday, where I would talk, he would type, and then I would ignore his messages, so I didn't have to address it. I mean, the chamber's good in the right hands, and with a team that knows what they're doing. Yes, like sometimes there's not good examples. Like yesterday was an example of a team that didn't know what to do against a Teo as a chamber. You got to go for the uncommon drone positions because you just get wrecked by Teo. I watched him in Ascension Americas last year. Wait, what team?
Now FUT onto the attacker's side to close out their map pick of Fracture. The same
And
map
the
which they
Galleries
banned in the
team, is
previous
it?
series, but we've seen them before go back and forth on these ideas.
Okay, yeah.
Come in with a 10% win rate, but And the big but
And you're right, I did
is
watch him.
both of those previous wins were 13-6 in their favor. So it was little of the attack side that we got to see.
Listen, I am excited to see though what the ideas are, the expansive ideas, cause we've not seen that. At the same time though, Gentlemates, they have the tail, they have the breach, they have this oppressive utility that FUT might find stunting towards what they want to do on this attack.
And this is where I then look back
we are
towards
2 and 1
Krax
for
as well,
pistols.
to just pick up that thread from earlier in terms of his attack side performances. 5 and 23 on the halves that we saw against Koi. His big value will simply come from being traded amongst this group of players, and you're
It's
already
kind of
seeing
nice
it
though.
right
You throw
now.
the knife
5
from
queued
back
up
here,
in
so you
A-main.
create a bit of
Out the
pressure
gates
over
they
towards
go.
tree, but then you end up just
Into
blasting
sand.
over towards
Starts to
A.
swallow them whole.
Like,
There's
FUT have got
Zipan,
some
Mr. Fallen
nice pistols
dropping
on them.
down, and you look to Zeus once again for answers.
No way. No way. Did he hear him?
To bring numbers even, but he can't get it cleanly.
God, look at
There's
the
so
stun
many
off.
players to try and fight against. Yetishi, I mean, he had an opportunity, but can't capitalize.
Counter stun from Click was huge, and now Gentlemates are right back in this. Another pistol where they look like favorites. Spike down and solo fight. A recipe for disaster as Zipan continues onwards.
This one's rough.
Only at a captain left.
Molly, they know where he is now.
It's gonna land.
He's got
That's a
some couple of low HPs.
That is a start, but still
Well,
plenty of players to try and
dude,
give
it's
it
so
on.
annoying
It's only
having like
bought
a
some time.
round that looks
How long
doable,
can he really
and
last
these
here? It
salvos
doesn't
just
look
come out
like
on the
long
floor, and
at
it's just
all.
like, well,
This Kamek looks to finish out the round, and again,
At least we
we've said it
can- at least we
before,
can
another
get out an
Gentlemates
iPad
pistol.
and click
And a
like we're doing
very
brim
strong
smokes.
A retake as
to win the
well.
rounds.
I like the ideas from FUT to try and push that envelope a little bit, get out from sand towards spawn. I mean, we saw Gentlemates do it absolutely tons, but the counter stun from Click. Really
Character,
nice use of
yeah,
the
it
relay
worries
bolt.
me for the future of Valorant, just
Retake
because
simplistic enough
I mean,
in the end.
Keep it up, boys. Let's go.
when it came out on controller
Up. I mean,
and like
it's simple-
console,
it
I
seems
did
simple
worry
in
that
in theory, but
agents
in
like
practice it'll be
this might
completely
start
different
happening,
when once we get
where
on towards
they
the
make
rifle
it
rounds.
like
As for now, equal,
easier
what's
to
their
play on
objectives
console.
for this round? We know there's 4 orbs, etc., and plenty of map to try and take.
But yeah, that worries me.
First off, those
Well,
goes on to
here we are.
Kada, but FUT can add one back.
We said a pistol and a
Like this one,
bonus.
mates, being proactive,
They got
taking
one of
orbs
them.
away from FUT, taking away objectives. At the same time, though, we're talking in theory. Again, that word comes up, and practice, it's just going to be a sight hit.
One positive is that Gentlemates do have the main space. You talk about push and
Oh
pull.
boy,
you
are
need
they
some
going to eco?
solid ground to stand upon, and actually
have
this
the
part
best
looks as if it's
guns.
going to come all the way in. No Click, snatching away at it at the final second.
Yeah,
Kamek
Jules
right there
go
by
in,
his
gets the
side,
2
but
on
he settles
2,
for 2 on
and
2.
FUT have better
That doesn't
guns.
seem to be good enough right now. As Zeus has a Bulldog in his hand. It's a real problem, which kind
Oh
of shuts down.
my God,
And that's
bro,
a
they
follow
got
up
ecoed,
on
man.
Pay safeguard thrifty.
Okay,
and
well,
number
they can go
9
back to
for
not believing
FUT.
anymore.
Yeah, that's another frustrating round, which Gentlemates have let slip. I mean, we saw it on Icebox, they started well, let it go, and that was on the defence as well. I understand what they're trying to do, but they're just giving too many fights to a team that will very happily take them.
Just as I was saying before, vibes so important. You can see
Why
an
open
all-time
plant? No, this
high on
plant's
FUT as
really
they
strong.
find a round they would
Like
not have been
planning
expected
here,
to win.
That's for A main, but you
Last
can
on the list
also
of
like
objectives,
do a
the one you
molly
don't
here
expect to
and then
hit
go around here,
is, of course,
or
winning
just
the round
opening
where
the
you
door
come in
creates
with
so
all
much pressure.
classics.
Like this is a good
But
plant.
a big
This guy's
bonus
only
for
ever going to
them.
normally get one with the
For
smokes over down.
Gentlemates, just as Kamek put it, one game at a time.
Like you're taking a
one
bit of
round
risk for your after
at a
plant
time.
being
This one starting on a
unreal.
sour note as Zipan falls solo in A main.
Looking probably at double digits for FUT, especially since they have so much time, we can tell, to get that
When you
spike
get
down.
eco due to one
Gentlemates
player's
gambling
mistake,
on
what
this
do you
one
do?
with
There's not
Minis
much you can do,
rifle and
man.
set up towards B. They have
And
managed to
the coach
embed
and the time, you're
few more
just
grey shirts
you're just
towards the
ignoring
A
it
side
and
of
you're
the
just
map for
focusing
now.
and you just accepted
But with
that it's
the sight
happened.
given
But
over,
then FOD review, you're
in
coming back
prime
and you're
position to
explaining
convert
everything again.
Yet another round, and well,
But
Mini should just
that
be
kind of
saving.
stuff
You're
should
looking
be
to the
ironed
three
out in
players in
practice,
close
but
proximity that have created
there's
that
so many
perimeter to
little
just
little
what
nuances in this
can be
round
done,
and like in
honestly,
rounds
right?
that
It's like, you know,
mistakes always
the
happen.
test dummy in the car.
Yeah, I think as well though, like these last
But there's
couple
a lot of
remaining,
stuff you can do positionally
Mates
to
players
make sure
are
it doesn't happen. But
semi-close, have made
a lot of
decent
times, like,
progress towards the
especially when there's a
ultimates.
neon,
so if they go, it's
like your
another
normal
multi-op
reactions,
towards them. At the same time though, that is two towards
like your timing, the
captain.
timing is so different. You can get
Now
caught
he
off.
has the orbital strike available to use, and that is something which you'll be heavily fixated on if you're FUT or even Gentlemates, to be honest, because in terms of this pre-round call, Mini's had so much time to set
now
that
they gotta
up
go
now.
up against a
One of
big
his
buy.
strengths as a leader, we said
You
before,
got Brimble.
is these defensive setups and how he responds to what it is that the other team is doing. FUT so capable in their own right, though, and these pacier takes, I think, have looked good for them. They're one of those teams that sort of, they either execute in the first 30 seconds or the final 30. There's really no in-between in terms of how they open up.
And we always talk about like explosiveness, right? How quickly they can pull the trigger, send it in. And when you look towards what like the Brimstone
They want to go for a
brings to
fast
that,
B
if they
split.
can get the
We've got a
spike
kill
down,
trip with the
they have
Cypher
the
plays
orbital strike
Heaven.
as well.
And is it like a
Yeah, this is looking
reverse
like a
of
quick
what
play
everyone
with the
does,
molly
where you
lineup. That
molly
should land
here
tower.
and then salvo here? Kind of cool.
I believe
Can you cover it all from the reverse angle?
An aftershock here as well. So as it drops in, yeah,
Oh,
it's
they
the
do it with
orbital
a Brimble?
strike actually, and that gives you even further coverage towards the site. There is one pocket where a player could be caught. That's Mini. He got the cage off beforehand. That'll save him an extra second.
Yeah, it's
And
that
with
classic
Canna
thing where the
supporting,
smokes go
the
down,
rest
you
of
do your
Gentlemates
reverse smokes and
arriving.
try flood over
FUT
towards the site.
Gonna give this
You got a good
second
little
go.
crossfire
They're
here.
going to come
As
back
long
and
as
they know about Mini's position,
Mini
and
can
Mini
stay
playing
alive.
it so well, knows that players need to peek
And what a flash
in.
that is.
But again, this KO gets Zeus another kill. It's like dinner on a plate. Kamek able to get that trade out.
See if they can finish the dinner, because otherwise it's going to be falling on the floor. Atta, one more kill, side of the smoke is Kamek peeking through and finding the
nicely
final
handled in the
kill
end
in
from
the
Gentlemates.
cleanup mission.
Yeah, good smokes and
The mop
I
comes
can't remember
out.
who got the fast kill, but that was really
So
important.
they sweep the floor for a sixth.
Yeah. FUT standing on the ground, but Gentlemates have the
They're
fight.
removing Fracture, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
End of this
I don't
month
want to
for
be anywhere
ranked.
near that. This flash
after
was immense.
Toronto
Brilliant
for play.
utility.
Do you know what's mental as well? This is FUT without the KO buffs, right? What's it going to be like?
Yeah,
mate.
I don't know, man. I think the thing is as well, the buff that KO gets is more of increasing the skill floor rather than massively raising the ceiling. So in terms of the implications in pro play, I think we'll have to see. To other agents as well.
I mean, my theory on KO is it's
Honestly,
never the player's
this
problem.
pops
It's the
where-
fact that everyone
honestly,
keeps
yeah, not
peeking
too
into the flashes, you know?
That doesn't, dude.
So it's one way of
Would have got a
looking at
lot
it.
of like
Peek or be
new
peeked.
stuff.
Live
Just
by
like
it,
little
die by it.
lineups
Zeus
of
in this round.
flashes, mollies.
Scorched Earth
We saw the
policy.
flash on
Light
Pearl and their
investment of the
pistol.
Outlaw.
And they've been
Trying to
someone's
go up
out here
against what
sitting on the
is
server
four
for a
players
while
with
finding
light
new
shields.
stuff. They're not stealing everyone's traditional stuff.
Three
They got their
players,
own
sorry. But you look-
versions.
Yeah, never do maths live on broadcast. The fact of the matter is, Mini has heavy
Yes.
shields. He's on the site, and so are the rest of Gentlemates. They are swiftly arriving.
Yeah, there's traps to
No
play off
way.
of. Unfortunately, there's many players to try and play against. Kada taking
Ooh,
the
you got a
timing
double?
and does so well.
I was gonna say, imagine
First
to
of all,
actually
it's
get
a
out of there
shift in
here.
the night. At the
Great
same
stun to
time,
get this
that
kill. Any
spike not
trades?
committed, and Kamek trying to get a back chaos. Zip
What do we
line,
reckon, chat? When do we start
finishing it
believing in
out.
this? Because
Gentlemates
10-8,
are
if they get
trying to
10-8,
keep
they'll
this
have to go down
close
to an
and doing
eco.
it
It's
well.
10-9.
Know what they say about ships in the night? You're always waiting for the iceberg, and that's Zipan. Comes crashing back into this retake. This was brilliant work from Kada to just shut down that initial push, keep Zeus on a leash. If you allow him
You never
to
stop
get
believing.
effective in these rounds, once he builds up confidence, there is little to stop him. To another purchase for both teams.
Why does
It's
FUT just
Gentlemates
never
with
play
the
standard comps?
powerful ults, but
This
you're
is
only one off, a
relatively
null command
standard for
and
them.
a rolling
Well,
thunder if you are
there's a
FUT. And so
KO.
far, they've been
No
given
Teo.
access to those orbs.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
give
we've
you
not
it.
really been seeing
They just
Gentlemates
love their
play
own
this
little take on the
defense
meta.
front foot at the
At
same
least this
time,
one
though.
like makes sense.
Drone's just giving him
I
a
think there's better
tap on
ones
the
out
head.
there, but at least it doesn't have like a
Being active,
giant
taking that
weakness like the
main.
other ones.
You can see FUT pinging it out, thinking about coming back in. Such a
For
difficult
them, yeah,
position
for
to
them
play
it-
as well. You get a
for
leg
them it's
contact,
relatively
you
chill.
Kind of have to just give it a bit of the mental timing and call the play in at a certain point before you get cleared deep. So utility invested, but that will regenerate later into the round. It's going to be useful fairly soon because FUT are preparing the execute towards B now.
They are,
Okay,
and
in
the kill
reaction
traps
to
have been
losing
changed
Art
at the
and
same
Tree,
time, though. Gentlemates, they're
and
trying
knowing,
to
dude,
play
they
this on the
knew they were
front
going to do
foot.
this. Oh,
This is
we got
where
some good prep here though.
Kada and Mini combine. One back in the conversation, make that two. It's all even. Advantage now confirmed by FUT.
Kamek, I
only
don't
one
know
player
about
as
that.
things
Breach
stand.
shortage
Click still with a
on
full
his
Valkyrie.
own.
Make things difficult here. Keep himself mobile, play in Zipan, but even then, if he goes down, you're still asking for that extra player to find a kill, something back. This post plant is so deep, Zipan's got to go searching and stick his nose in there to try and find something. And with that, Atta Captain in position for this open plant, which now finds a deadly use.
Gotta go.
I was quite thinking about saving here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's respectable considering the economy is sitting around for Gentlemates. Not a lot. Probably looking at Mini and Kada, maybe on a Bulldog, which we've seen a few rounds, by the way, on this defense.
Yeah, look, there's a possibility for a buy here. We'll have to cross that bridge when we get to it. The big thing
Sunset
for me
doesn't
is the
come back
fact
with
that
changes.
FUT walk away with that round with the investment of
I don't think they will. They recently
ultimates,
changed
to
it
be honest.
before
So you've still
it
got
went
the
out.
command, you've still got the
I reckon it'll be the
orbital
exact
strike.
same.
I really like the proactivity from Gentlemates. As we said before, you need to be
You
fighting
get to see
for
the,
some space when the execute comes
dude,
in.
look at this
And
pure
Kada's done a
mayhem
brilliant
that's going
job
on.
of that. But it's Atta finding 2 kills back, which is then, you know, the straw that breaks the camel's back.
100%. Well, we are starting to head towards the crunch time, right? The end of the map.
Where is
It's only
Breeze?
Gentlemates that
Oh
have actually
boy.
been using their timeouts so far.
Dude, this was my
Which
worry, that we
shows
get
you
like a
the game
really
plan for
bad
FUT,
map
we
pool for
understand
champs.
it's been going well because they're on 11.
They bring back
They've not
Breeze
been
and Abyss
panicking,
just in
right?
time for
I
champs.
mean, the second half, it's been going either way.
And from FUT's perspective too, if there was
theory,
anything
there's
you
meant to be a
wanted
new
improve
map,
on
but
from that placement in Shanghai,
I don't know what's going on with
5th,
that.
6th, the highest which we've seen from them internationally, it was perhaps that slight gap in terms of micro points
Yeah.
and the depth of the strategy, right? And I think at this point in time, building up a solid map pool is a very difficult task, as we know there are changes up ahead as well. But if
Toronto
Fracture
reveal,
is
maybe.
a map which they can, you know, lock down here, make it 3-0, the record since kickoff, you're feeling very comfortable moving forwards. And for Gentlemates, still trying to figure out what their strengths are with this change in terms of, you know, Kamek coming in. Some of his best roles do have slight overlap with Zipan, but at the same time, he's then gravitated towards this Teho and found new life for himself. So it's all a balancing act, really. And well, coming into this one, that's exactly the case.
Yeah,
in
can they
terms
do
of
anything with
money,
the timeout? They
split
decide to
down
just
the
force
middle,
into it. Mini
little
takes
bit
the
of
hit.
everything. Game plan wise, they want to fight off of the B contact of the cam.
Cam, but they didn't do their cam deep enough, right?
Like with a rifle, horrible strike as well. The trap seems to be going well. It's been triggered, but there's
No way.
capitalization's just not there at all. I mean, Yetaji's tried to escape in towards the back lines, but Kamek
it's a weird
patrolling
3-3 at the
the
moment.
Sheriff towards the defender's spawn and his forced foot towards the A side, where Zippin stands alone.
Playing this very defensively as well. Top sight, off angle, where he sets up. That one kill back towards Arcade was everything, but even the rotation can't come quickly enough.
Needs one, maybe even two, but needs to
Oh
at
my
least
god,
get
nearly got
something
another.
concrete to
Smoke
work
ends up
with,
helping him
and
for this
does.
one.
It's a
Got nothing to
2
stop
versus
the
2 coming
res.
into, if we can get
They
to
got their
it.
own breach ult to
Well, it's a
plant.
down
Sorry,
KO
Brimalt.
player though, so it doesn't count for all too much.
Yeah, they might have
In
to
the
Brimalt to
meantime,
get across, no?
Kamek able to
Ooh.
backfill the space. I don't think FUT are expecting this at all.
I mean, at the same time, Atta Captain's gone
Yeah,
searching,
he's here
so Krax is
early.
all alone. Spike in the back pocket. 2 big 1 versus 1s here.
First of them heading towards spawn, low HP both players, Kamek overlooked, and
Brimalt.
now the spike planted to his position. Atta Captain has the ultimate, and a decision to make. Can he call Kamek's bluff? And can Kamek hold his nerve with the ult
Nicely
in his
done from
face?
Kamek.
It's 4
Dude, that was funny to
instead
watch.
from Gentlemate's new frontman, firing on all cylinders. The breach bites back for an 8th.
I mean, FUT just assumed that both players would be playing together. Kamek does so well to continue taking the space away from FUT, coming in from behind. And it's around
Oh
similar
my.
to what we actually saw from
Oh
Liquid and
God.
BBL in terms of both players went for 1 versus 1s.
Yes.
And it's the attack that lose out. Frustrating, you can see on the faces of the players. And think now, 11-8, things getting wobbly.
Just a little seesawing.
I mean, they're making
terms of
it close.
the rounds picked up by both
They had
teams.
double bad start into their halves, I
That's
guess.
anything to go by. This should be a shoe-in for FUT, but we know, of course, it's not the case. Mini left to a stinger. That should suffice at close range. It's Zeus running down the line in towards Spawn, not getting out with any more than just the one. It's a complete
big distraction, make it
fake,
look like a. This is a nice round from them. Make it look like a B split, but then actually they could even join their teammate over towards Spawn.
To clear certain spots out.
Clear side, they get a double, dude. Everyone got the kills.
Down to 2 versus 2. Kraxus has to commit to the spike.
Second pulse of the neural theft is huge as well, because now they know of the proactivity, and yet
I mean, he's tucked in, should never win from here, but
another 2v2, which is looking like FUT are poised to lose. As much as I said micro was an issue before and that trading maybe had improved, it's isolation after isolation, which lends
yeah, I'm looking at the
lifeline back
ults.
into this map.
A massive lifeline, and I'm glad you used that word, Hazza, because you look towards the ultimate economy moving forward. Rolling Thunder.
Oh.
I mean, the Armageddon.
Scream special.
Landed on the roof.
Disaster stuff.
The KO.
It was a nice idea from the strat book for FUT, and you can see obviously they've been working on this map to go ahead and bring it out after having not shown it for a while.
I love how the replay guys just don't hold any punches, man.
I mean, on one
we
side,
had
elation the other.
we had the whiff on B into the mist molly over towards B as well.
A side, and you've got to be thinking they're moving in towards
The
the cypher
savages
setup as
over
well.
there.
It's the stingers though, man. And that's the one thing that I'm ever so slightly worried about.
I should
Yeah,
do soon to
get
put my
that,
feet
but
up
you've
on
got
the
a rolling
CR
thunder that when it comes
That's what
in
it's
will
here for.
stop
Thank
that
you so much.
fast fire rate.
Pop flash out, we got Stingers, Bulldog, one person on site, gets hit by the knife, so no trips anymore.
Mini playing from the site, suppressed, the trap's down, but Kamek still doing his job, supporting as best his efforts he possibly can. A is under lock and key.
Trying to like play around them as well, the defensive smokes, it gives something in which Yetiji could work with, especially with the weaponry that's in hand.
Click already in behind as well, so FUT are boxed in. Going silent on the round. Kada has even joined up with him.
Yeah, like the two are just
Nowhere to go.
locking them in and not doing
Time getting
anything.
low.
Still
I mean, they got everywhere covered.
if you wanted to.
Just see Kraxus
They're
knife
cutting
has
sounds,
come
but they
back
don't
up,
know
so
that they have like
wanted
full map
any tool
control.
to get in, you think about using it or just go dry. That's only ever going to end one way.
Could have timeouts, right?
Taken
At
down.
least one.
And Gentlemates now on double digits.
Only the Rolling Thunder needed as well. Half by, you got FUT coming back in with the rifles, etc. But the big thing, they've kept the Armageddon. They've got the overdrive if needed to be aggressive. And FUT are miles off really big ultimates. I mean, maybe the null command for cracks, but at the same time, yeah, I totally understand this. We are going to get a
you
FUT
are
timeout.
playing insane. Keep it up. Let's
Yeah, there it is.
And this is where warning signs start to arrive, because not only have Gentlemates found their way back into this one, 5 rounds from the last 6 played on the defenders' side.
I mean, at this point, they can't
Maybe
even
some of
get
those
into
theories
sites,
about FUT's
really.
offense are starting to come to light with a lack of repetitions in an official environment. And we need them to just refocus a little bit, because the value of their own coaching staff is huge. Of course, Gaius and
Gentlemates is a
Sway
dark horse in the EMEA for
resigning
sure.
a new contract next, last year, confirming that there will be attending this team once
getting
more,
some big
building
wins at the
upon
moment.
their previous performances. And you see the relationship between them and Mr.
They're
Fall and the
making these maps
IGL.
close.
Often it's a lot of the ideas in the timeouts coming from the coaches directly relate to the
Mates
IGL.
the boom
It's then
of
his
EU.
job
That's
to,
probably a good way
you
of putting it,
spread
yeah.
that amongst the team.
100%. And remember, Gentlemates win this map,
Especially
Gentlemates win
there.
this series, and
From
Gentlemates
Ascension
go
as well.
top of the group. That's how close this is. There's only one round between the two.
Dude, let's...
Kamek's looking
Let's
crazy
stop.
good.
There's
a couple of mistakes, but he definitely wins way more rounds than he loses.
I have to say, you know, from
And
watching
his
them in the
util's pretty good.
stands back
His-
at
his
Ascension a couple
His
years
util's pretty
ago,
good, but
the Coliseum, their lucky
not
charm perhaps,
not necessarily this
possibility
map, especially if we're just
back-to-back
focusing on
wins
ults.
in VCT, something they are yet to achieve as an organization. Only a few rounds away, so long as FUT can't stand the test of which you feel they need to pass if they are to be a contender for Toronto.
Silence across the map as well. I mean, Gentlemates are waiting.
Knife clears heaven. They know they don't have to use any util here.
It was very loose contact from Click, just playing this one solo, and he's the one player you think
The
that would maybe give it a
5v5
go,
retake.
but
Okay,
they
this
back
one
up
is
and
hard
play
for
full
Gentlemates.
retake with this
They got their tail,
annihilation.
and
But
their
FUT
whole original setup
they do,
was
and they need to
for
be
the
thinking
retake
about
here.
the contingencies
So
after this post goes down.
you would imagine it's good.
Spike plant in.
All goes
That's
over
the cue.
towards
Start
heaven.
towards
Yeah,
tower.
Zeus
should be
done
dead,
for.
trying to run out into
Oh my
a
god.
safe spot, and he's actually
No
gotten
way,
away with
23
it.
HP.
Let off the hook. Gentlemates back into
How's
the
Kamek
retake,
winning that
but they
one?
still feel confident that they can haul this over the line. Yetajay back in his own stocks. One back in the way of FUT for now.
I mean, right now, though,
Very
FUT
nice
don't
from
really have
Yetajay.
much utility in post.
What a nightmare defuse this one is. Great molly. Got it half.
Cleared in the end. Peak out dry the shot.
Dude, look at the
Finally
HPs though,
taken off the
doable.
defuse by Fallen. The captain has to stand tall in this situation,
Time?
but it's Kada instead.
Yeah, loads
who
of
makes him a
time.
dead
Oh my
man.
god, this is getting
11
crazy
all.
close.
That's the equalizer.
2-9 loss
And it's
bonus. They will have like what,
massive.
3-4,
All
3-5
11
because of
across
the plant.
board. We will need maximum regulation to finish this out. And Gentlemates have
Dude, it
been
was looking
able
so
to
good in the
space
1v3 and then
ultimate
just kinda
to perfection.
went skimmiddle.
This round, absolute carnage. One thing I want to know, how many times have we seen Kamek push out a smoke or something and get a pick completely untraded? He got traded there, sure enough, but I mean, FUT, a team who are so good at trading off one another and being good on the fundamentals, the micro of the game.
The whiffs? Oh no, there was a couple of whiffs
They
there.
let it go.
Couple of
Player
whiffs.
built on confidence.
After a timeout.
Certainly got the stones.
Force him down to eco.
Showing that here.
Wait, who gets their odds
Pistols
first? Mr.
is what
Fan's
you've
gonna
gotta
have
get
his.
past to confirm map point on your opponent's pick if you're
Kada
Gentlemates.
should be getting his for the big buy round. Oh man.
That's about to break out towards Arcade. The stun to start it off.
That's
and drop
pure
it in is
lunacy.
Click. It's a rifle
I
right
don't
in
know
the
how
hands
that
of Zeus.
is your
a
idea.
birthday gift from the birthday boy. But does it get any worse? It's a freeze for now.
See, looks as if Gentlemates want this, but maybe they want it a bit too much. Zipan, though, absolutely spot on. Mini taking and getting rid of that null command.
Oh,
Captain,
God.
Captain Stinger,
EMEA
just a
Stinger.
little bit awry. Able to finish off the kill. A 2 versus 2 is Krax is able
Yeah,
to
I mean,
call
we just got
exactly
full
where
info
these
here.
last 2 remaining players are.
For Gentlemates, just when you think you see the light at the end of the tunnel, it's oncoming traffic, a deer in headlights. Taking those jewels on their own terms and conditions. They have Arcade, but that is about all right now. Time ticking down.
Oh
Trading
my
places.
god.
Knife out at the captain.
Atta had
Cuts
no
across a
idea they
mini.
were going to send it
Only
through a
Mr.
smoke.
Fallen left, but this time he's got the ult.
He does have the ult, but he's got a stinger. Long range won't be good for him.
Oh
It
boy,
certainly
what a
won't.
shot that is.
And Mini
Oh
makes
my goodness, what a
sure
crazy, crazy round. It's like he's
captain
trying to lose the
will
round most.
close for
Um,
map point. That's
Jesus,
12
you can
for
tell
the
they're
mates.
nervous on
Hey,
this.
listen, I said it to you. This is prime time, mates. They're looking better and better. With that game yesterday, how Team Liquid and BBL went, the question
They
was always
hand-delivered the
coming
gun.
into this one,
They hand-delivered
are
the gun,
Gentlemates
man.
real contenders for this group, and it seems with
When
this
they
win,
made
if
sound
they're able
of-
to convert it,
sure.
it's 100% true. In fact, I would go as far
That's
to
a nice
say
shot, though.
favourites to actually go and win it.
Oh. Hey, listen, they're not a pretender this time. They're not just any team. They're mates.
Listen, guys,
Okay,
Okay.
one
all right.
last chance, and
Final
fair
round
play,
of play
man.
inside regulation. Can
They've
FUT
won,
extend
like,
this one any further?
What is it? 7?
Strat book, they go for answers yet again.
7 out of 8 rounds?
A cross-map knife, it's not seen it land. Finally, it drops into the lobby. But the dish control here from Mates is nasty. And with the setup that they have, the rotations coming through, they've been so quick to react to this. Such a reactive defense.
Remember, that Rolling Thunder's still in
4 on
pockets if they
site
need
playing
to use
through,
it.
but the...
It's 2 kills
Yeah,
back.
I was going to say,
Without
I'm looking
it,
at the Cypher. The
necessary at all,
Cypher's just
surface to
walked past them all. They
requirements.
don't think he's got there.
So Strike now missing from the play. 2 versus 4 retake for Gentlemates to make their dreams come true.
I mean, yeah, they get a
In
freebie
this
go at it.
series.
Been able to do it before. I mean, this time it's going to be
Hey.
far too much to ask.
Yeah, I'm surprised
An
Gentlemates got it
overtime
here, though.
is
Fair play, they
required
did great.
between these two
They should
to
be happy
even
with just getting
push
into
it
overtime.
towards a third map. If Gentlemates can finish it out here.
So we're made to wait by Gentlemates as FUT fighting Sand. Zeus with 3 kills again. It just feels like they're so reliant on his firepower to get through these attacking rounds, finishing with only 4 of them. And now it's back to Gentlemates to try and find a response. I think honestly, it feels like one of those overtimes where whoever wins the attack round, you're then favoring to go ahead and win OT. And for Gentlemates,
it's probably
it's
not
a
wrong.
tough position to start this one in.
100%. There's things to work with, a plan to be made, and it seemed as if Gentlemates, as they got towards the latter stages of their attack, started to look a little bit better, an idea for how FUT wanted to set up, whereas on the opposite side, it felt as if his FUT went on longer. They started to fall apart a little bit.
Alva's on
Jay
top.
recalling the trap there as he places a cage to get it in. It's spammed out by
To break the
Gentlemates.
camera that's above
That
sometimes.
utility right at the start, just to break out any of the Cypher setup. Wipe the slate clean. As they've slowed this down yet
Yeah,
again.
we've got
but
nothing
as we know,
crazy in
Cairo,
terms of the buys.
These rounds for
Camera,
mates in the attack, they've been
spots,
struggling to
stun,
find those openers.
flash,
Yes,
double
that's very
swing.
true. But it looks as if right now, Gentlemates, their plan
And then
to
over
get
towards
that
A,
Armageddon online.
looking,
Already the
I'm not
first
saying
lob towards
free, but
Sipan, now exploring
The
towards A
smokes
main.
came down. That's a free sight. Cross map knife from heaven though.
3 players
Gets a good
in the
amount of
radius
info.
of it. What's the reaction from FUT? Doesn't seem to be anything right now. They are pretty settled in terms of their approach. Happy
Okay,
to
and then
just
the
sit
call
on
comes
control
in
that they
to
currently have, and
get the
Mr.
neon
Fallen
set up
taking
towards
matters into his own hands, starting to clear towards Dish as well,
No, okay.
confirming there's nothing topside, the body moving over.
Dude,
but
only
B
one
is where
smoke
the
to get
execution's now
Sands
from
and then
Heaven.
go over
Only
towards
30
his
seconds left.
camera
This is the
spots.
play that Gentlemates have to make.
One.
Yetaji's off angle.
Dude, they're
They're
going
running
back over
massive.
towards A,
The
guys. You
players-
got to make a
Oh,
decision.
the
You're in
walk into the
overtime right now.
crosshairs. It seems to be a fake, but with time so low, Gentlemates could possibly cost themselves this round.
Little bit indecisive, but they finally
Spike
locked
is
it in.
just
Ace
gonna
will
get
come,
here.
But Kamek is back of the pack as you highlight, and so if Atta Captain can pluck him away from the rest of the play, then maybe there's a chance that they can shut down this spike plant. It won't
Oh
happen,
my
and it's
goodness,
Click
look at this
again
round.
with a second to spare.
Mr. Fallen's coming in late from drop, will able to cut off any
Done for the
rotates
swing.
back from Click, but instead played in by Kamek.
Big Joe. Oh my god, and now he can take the
identifies Mr. Fallen's
space.
position and gets the
and he
advantage.
can just
With him
swing
now
off his
posted up in
teammate.
Dish, there's an extra line of sight, a double up in
Just
fact.
all off of Kamek's
It's going to
contacts.
be really hard for FUT to try and get through Molly's, everything for them to use right now, but no more
Like, why are you
utility.
first contact?
Rifles
Oh, no,
have
okay.
to come out top.
Yeah.
Gentlemates in
Damn,
prime
dude.
position to convert.
I can't
this
believe they
round.
it did, dude, I was looking at the mini map and I was watching the spike here
at
at like 23 seconds going left then right then left and then eventually went over towards A.
Feel as if, despite how chaotic the round transpired, Gentlemates are onto a winner by picking up that one.
Yeah, and
How
Click did
dominant the defense
incredible
was.
because
They dropped
without those
before
two
the final
jewels, this
hurdle.
is
Now
not an
another
easy
test
round.
for them to try and pass.
Yeah. Looks as if FUT may be feeling it, knowing exactly the position they're in, but they're good enough. We've seen it before. You look towards this though, Gentlemates actually been aggressive towards the Dish side.
Yeah, and at
Here's
one
there
point
to
a
try and
camera's
find
going to
towards
spot
the other
them.
side at Arcade.
Yeah. Neon Zeus grouping up towards Arcade. I mean, making that change over from the Raze to the Neon. The defense improved, the attack got worse. Seeing it
Yeah,
here,
yeah, at
it's
least
the round
clear it.
which they
Rotate
need to
comes in,
rely
double
upon.
kill trip,
Zeus
but
already in
look at
tower
Mini.
right behind Mini. He's got to take the jewel to the doorstep of FUT. Are they ready for him? Feels like it. Yetaji's already landing that first kill still. Mini holding the
goes
line,
soon.
just waiting, wondering when will they peak? And
that's
as
a
they
spike.
arrive, it's the spike that falls. He needs more but can't get it, and so Mate's behind by one.
Sepan, he's done so well,
But
now
he's
it's
dead,
up to
right?
Kamek.
I was going to say.
He has to try and get something to work with.
Oh.
The headshot, but it's a
Dude, he was
phantom
already,
tag
he
that
ready,
ends up
thought he had the
costing him
kill
out.
and he was waiting for the
This is
swing on
getting far
heaven.
too close, man.
He went for the
Feels
transfer
so
early.
cruel as the POV is locked to Mini. He's just waiting for the push to come through, but FUT expected that. It's the adaptation. How many times have we seen this reaction from
Dude, what is
Gentlemates
that
when the
kill?
B push comes in from Arcade side, that then the follow-up is the protocol to take the main space. They handled it brilliantly, and no mistakes made in the 2-on-2.
I mean, we've seen Mini play in this position so many times with the same cage.
A big change
setup.
up.
I'd
Yetaji
like to
on
see
the
something maybe
Cypher.
different on the next round, but
Buys an op.
focus here.
Yetaji peering
I
through
mean,
the
Cada's not ready
looking-glass
for it.
operator in hand, and Cada can
Oh,
almost
and the head
sense it.
didn't show.
The
So
jump straight
okay,
for
he
the
should have come
second
out on
time
the
of asking
minimap. Yeah,
wide
dude, the
swing
second
and
jump
well
peak was
dealt
very
with.
nice, by the way.
The antidote on the attack side, and mate, well, they seem to have found it because this is looking like follow-up success.
Certainly looks like it. Spike can go down pretty easily. Thought for a minute, with Zeus taking the solo space in towards A main, he might go for a flank, try and put the main players under pressure. Not going to happen. Mates in post.
Why double
Usually
jump
you'd be
peek the
moving into
first?
a pretty
So
strong post plant here with
you
the
see what your head
bridge and
sees,
bring
right? So
towards
if you
Arcade,
don't
but
see
without a
the
volley or an
POV of
aftershock,
the head of the
it's
person jump
gunfights that
spotting,
they're
they
gonna
don't get
have to
info.
take, and Kamek has
So
one
only on the
flash to try
second
and
one he
get them back
came up
in.
on the minimap.
That's about all for now.
Why he went for the
You've
second
also
jump peek.
got TO utility to work with as well. On towards the spike they go. Kamek gets one. Mr. Fallen and Zeus trying to
Yeah,
be
and
massive
Zeus had to
here,
somehow
but
kill
off of the
double.
spike they go. Forced off, and Mr. Fallen has to win up against
Very
three.
nice. And decisive double swing from them as well. It was
What
instant.
you tried to prophesize has not come true.
Yeah, well, how many times has that happened before?
Hey, listen, mate, you love a caster's curse.
Of course, but hey, it's all entertainment at the end of the day. With the game being played in front of us, it was a really nice setup from Gentamates, as you highlighted. The salvos were there.
Look at me. Oh, I love you, bro. Keep up.
And between the two, it could be quite the celebration this weekend. Cada's got his birthday coming up on Saturday,
Hey.
so this would be one way to cap
You'd
it off.
imagine it's a
To make
Gentamates
sure they
timeout.
just take a touch
Yeah.
before they finish off the job. It is a timeout in round number 28, just before it.
Rockaway Kids with the Prime. Thank you so much for the 2 months, dude. Thank
Done
you,
it
thank you.
once, can they do it again? I mean, Gentlemates have already
Hey,
asked.
mate, coach is going for
answered
glory,
that,
yeah. He's
that
going for
question.
the.
What are they going to do
The glory
different on
timeout.
this, defense? Last time
Get 'em
they
over
went
the
through
line.
Dish, started to explore towards that top side of the map, seeing if they could try and catch someone off guard. And they were a couple of seconds too late on that.
Yeah, I think honestly, again, it comes down to a lot of these retakes where Gentlemates have been able to ping consistent success on the defender's side, playing off of one another, starting to build up that team chemistry that you want to see from a team that has their goals laid out
Who did
before them
Black Chat
at the
pick
end
here?
of the year.
I want to say we
I
all
mean,
went
any
for FUT.
extra championship points that you can
I think
take
we might
during
have
the
all gone
regular
for
season
FUT
are a
here.
massive boost.
Ty
for
with the Prime, thank you for the
ultimate
16
goal of
months, thank you,
qualifying
thank
as a
you.
top 4 team. But even playoff stages is
It was a
something you wanna
guarantee,
be,
yeah.
accrediting
Sounds about
to them
right.
early, where Apex
Dude, they
on
just
the
looked
other
so
side
good in that other
look to
map.
have struggled so far.
On the 2
their
maps that we
campaign.
saw.
It's the task left to them, a difficult one at that,
Still-
but
Still
certainly
doable,
made
but
the
let's
most of it
see.
so far.
No crazy up on this one.
Third map point.
And they pretty much go
Gentamates
for
now.
same cam, different setup, wanting to punish.
Dish was
Oh,
explored
we're going to
last
go
time.
aggro.
This time round,
Oh
they've
boy,
placed a
they might
cypher
have
trap to
really
gain
good timing on
information.
this, by the way.
FUT looking to take this pretty
Really
straightforward.
good timing.
Only
There is obviously the
taking
trip
a
if they do
side,
commit
Zipman
over
and
towards
Kamek are
A.
the only
Knife
players
goes
there.
in, hits the
Zipman's
tail.
position is so struggled here again as the solo site anchor on the Teho. I mean, your work is cut out for you. FUT again exploding onto the scene. Through sand they go.
Yeah,
Click will
what's
be
their
telegraphed
reaction
as
here?
soon as he breaks the trap, and with main space secured at the very least, they've got something from which to work, and FUT want to take that fight to them.
Yeah, I don't know if they
Not
only
sure
think
about
he's
this one from
trusting Leon,
Zeus.
but there's more than that.
Not sure about that
Messi as
reaction, guys, but
well!
holy hell.
Oh, can't get
I
more
don't know
than
about that one.
Now it's up to
That was
Kada,
scary.
the birthday boy on Saturday. Can he try and get a present to take home early?
Oh, oh, it's on him.
Have to see. Opening one up a little early. Yetu, tick of fire damage. I don't know if Kada would have heard that, but he's certainly looking for the clear here. Time ticking away, burning the wick at both ends. The first of those players is found, but now Kada needs to move on to the spike and get it halved. Hold his nerve in the face of our
Yeah,
captain.
he's had to half it.
But with his face check, he finds 14, and so OT goes
LFT
on.
Basilisk,
Round
thanks so much for the
and
tier
round
1, bro.
and
Appreciate
round
that.
we
Thank you,
go.
thank you.
The 2-round shootout does not stop between these
Dude,
two.
what is that?
FUT
Entry?
is fighting for survival. And as you said, it's been 3 attempts at winning out this map right now by Gentlemates. They've had 3 chances at being the team to win out.
And with FUT, the experience they bring, a core of 3 players from 3 years built upon, with new
30,
additions of
30, I'm
Yetu
from
and
the
Zeus
future.
from year to year, one player change
Play
made to
a
improve.
whole nother map.
These are character building rounds and maps that you will see.
Oh,
from
okay, they go
them,
for
and
the
same
pinch
for
top
mates,
side,
because if they
and
can't
the
close here,
Neon
then
does
all
get
of a
here in
sudden
time.
there is serious
Oh.
concern.
One
moving
bullet.
into our
That's it.
decider.
Instant reaction to push over towards here. They've got to be careful of the kill trip. Yeah, there's the kill trip. Doesn't get anything. Little gap on sight. Just got to imagine that... ooh, I was going to say, got to imagine that Mini's the one to make a play
This
here.
is something that Gentlemates have tried to do a few times. Find their way in towards spawn. But instead, though, they're going to fight through sand. Feeling the pressure a little
This is really rough for Gentlemates, by the way. They just got no util off this.
Oh, Ghost trades even. Kamek finds the chance to make it.
Dude, Kamek's doing crazy.
Towards an even playing field right now.
Backing all the way up, Fallen finally gives away his location, but the spike can go
Kamek
in,
with the
and
plant.
has managed to jump up to
Does
dish
get his ult as well.
This is an acute reposition, and with the Rolling Thunder in, it's his chance. Maybe to find something off the back of it, but no, falls on deaf ears.
No more utility right now for Gentlemates either.
It is just a fragment on cracks, and that's all.
Rifles. That's what it comes down to. Winning out these fights.
Guys, you're gonna
Can
jump face
Gentlemates
him?
make it a fourth map point potentially? Stun coming back online for Kamek, but Kamek, he's been
It's like a
bummed.
reverse of what happened
It's now
earlier.
just down
Nice
to
shot.
Kamek to try and
Ooh,
clutch it.
my goodness. Incredible round,
Clutch
dude.
for Kamek.
God, he's playing
And
so
15
good,
for
chat.
me. That is
Playing so
full
good. The
map
shots are
point for
incredible.
Gentlemates now.
And the Kamek revenge
He makes that
tour
look
is
so
rampant.
easy.
What a clutch
He actually
from
doesn't
him.
wanna lose.
Came right down to the wire, as so many of these rounds have done. But still he sees it through.
What
And so
the-
with that, a sixth attack round found in OT, and another opportunity for mates to finish what they started.
I mean, Kamek was on Team Liquid that was able to beat FUT in that playoff run. That's the other thing to think about. A thorn in the pride of Turkey's side.
Continually coming back to haunt them.
There.
Round on round. The setup this time, fairly similar, but there's way more support for
Oh
Zipan
god,
towards
this,
mate.
no, the setup's
Click ready to go as soon
disgusting.
as the drone comes in,
So
and
many
that's the play.
stuns are about to happen. Mate,
Like, his knows there's many players there.
the
stun
only
is so
person to not
good.
either
So is
stun.
the relay
Oh,
ball. And so
Jesus,
is
look at that
Zeus.
shot.
That's a double up very quickly, turning this on its head.
Bro, it's never ending, man. The map is never ending.
It's just all individuals right now, and it's completely collapsed. FUT immediately respond to what Gentlemates got in that last round.
It was a nice little
Zeus
setup though.
slamming the rewind button, putting it in reverse
uh,
and sliding back for the second kill
oops.
in main. And as
feel like
Mini
the-
makes his way through enemy
Like the
lines,
stun should be like this, no?
FUT have this site well guarded.
Wait, maybe this stun would always go too far.
I mean, I feel as if there's
Either
two
way,
halves
Zeus
that we've
did
just
incredible.
watched of defensive play have completely gone out of the window. FUT have found something which works for them. These A splits have looked so nasty, as it's an in-zone flawless this time, and one of the best efforts we've seen from them so far in OT.
I know, I mean, the fact that we just keep going back and forth consistently. There's another thing to think about. We still have timeouts. Some are refresh coming in towards overtime. FUT going to use theirs.
The velocity at which Zeus attacks these chokes at breakneck speed do require a slight intermission, a break in play, and
well,
another
all the
60
coaches are out of
seconds
timeouts.
just to set things straight.
I think both teams will be happy for this right now. Gentlemates and FUT, just to talk things over. The defense just not going well at all. And for me as well, Gentlemates, they had to clutch up their attack round. As for FUT,
Game after
they
this
slammed
is
them.
Heretics
And I'm glad that
Giants.
you mentioned it too, because as I meant before,
Might be a
you
while
know,
off though.
FUT have been able to thread the needle on a lot of these A executes. Mates were mostly going B, whereas that one round, which you say was cut incredibly fine, was the A play, and now the mental game picks up a little bit. What are they going to go for in this first attack round? Because already they've seen multiple map points pass them by, as I'm sure our co-streamers will be keenly keeping track of them. Sue on site and Sleepy online.
I was waiting. Hey, listen, man. Do you know something? You are the biggest, and I'm going to say that you are the biggest like serviceman I've met. You know what I mean?
Hey, look, man.
Shout outs for free, and they're not even paying you, man.
No, I know. I'm paying them. Member of the slot. I don't even know. But hey, look. It is what it is. We go again. So this time,
Okay, big change up
it is
from FUT.
proactivity wagered by FUT, levied over the heads of mates, and so they'll make their move early. A site is where they go. The stun already invested, but there's still plenty to throw at this.
And look at the kill
Dude,
traps as well. It's been
breach
set up by
damage.
Yetigy.
Breach damage means that they can't. Oh, yeah, you guys
Closer
are cooked.
towards the site, into the fast lane. Atta will go. He finds his first, but
guys
it's
are
quickly
so
traded.
cooked.
They're falling one at a time.
You can't win this
A
attack
slow
round doing
call
that.
into a
Wait.
site held.
I was gonna
Carrick
say.
returning in another overtime round, but it's Mini that must make it stick if they are to find themselves yet another from the offense.
Okay, big
Spike's going
change.
gold.
Someone has to go the
He's
defense
all on
round.
an island which Mini has to try and traverse. And with 2 players watching over, he'll try and open the door, create sound cues which FUT have to try and consider.
This, I mean, it was a
More than anything,
2v4
it just
if
forces
he
them
wins
to drop
this.
back onto a deeper line. Mini back to the play. 2 players creeping up from rafters. Timing is everything. Knife, he should know. Dropping off the rope and they're right behind him.
Dude,
Mini
think of the
needs to
angle of
turn
the
his
knife.
head, or mates might just have found themselves dead on the
30
attack.
seconds left.
But with the respect given from the Turkish team, the spike can go down. But it's that molly in the corner that you have to worry about.
He's tapped it. He's come right back up,
He's
repositioning.
done for,
And he
surely.
knows
Big nade?
This is the place he's got to try and play from. 10
Time.
seconds and he'll spot it out yet again. Another tap
Very
from
nicely
Mini.
handled from FUT.
Another opportunity.
See that breach
but Mates
damage?
cannot
Just
convert
wrecked
their
him
attack
fully.
around this
All the
time.
smokes
And so
were down.
For the
Everyone
first in
flooded
this
through the
series,
smokes.
have an opportunity to close and send us to the decider.
I mean, it's so typical, right? If we actually seen that, the first time that FUT can potentially win out this map, they'll go and do it. The fact that they're able to win their defense for the first time in this overtime is absolutely massive.
Okay,
We
yeah.
know
Dude,
that
I
the
mean,
players know it.
Gentlemates have had like, what,
Feel it.
4 chances,
tension
including the
palpable
12-11.
between the two.
FUT, 1 chance.
Of course,
Take us to a
the
3rd map
consequence
is lowest.
of a FUT win here
The lowest look pretty
could
nice.
be shattering for the mental
Well,
of mates who have
did
done
their
so well
their
to
Lotus
put
look nice, or
themselves
did
in
they
good
just-
positions
Did Zeus
throughout.
just carry them?
The defense asked of yet again, of course. We did see a timeout before this last OT. So both teams will have talked over what was and wasn't working, and for both, the defense had been an issue. FUT have delivered on theirs. But now, mates, it's another B hole that they've got to surmount to.
Zeus,
Speaking of Zeus,
Again,
man, he's
Mini
fighting
not
all the
playing
youths
for
a
me.
lot.
In fact, actually, he's starting to head towards that way.
Oh, to make sure they can get over
Up
towards
Cadder
side,
from the
dude.
boxes
That
on site.
attack
Play
trip
strategy, that's so
nearly got a
cheeky.
double.
Mini getting 1, but 1 won't be enough. He needs to find more and more. He will
Great
get.
shot from
Cadder
Cracks.
played in, but he can't stand his ground. 2v1. Cracks will fall.
Holy
It's
hell,
Zipan
what's going
again
on,
with
man?
a
It's
double, and
non-stop.
the defense shall
It's
stand.
non-stop.
Oh my god, man! You just can't settle. These two love brawling, and they're doing that so well. Every single time when we see these rounds go, it comes down to these brawls, these chaotic
nearly
fights,
got a
and who
double
comes
there.
out on top.
The trap was so cheeky from Yeti
Yeah,
as well
the
to
trap
just
was
snatch
cool.
one back on the re-engage, but as you say, the battlefield bloodied, the canvas clotted, and it's Zipan once more to close out the round. That was the weakest of death slaps I think I've seen so far.
He had big hesitation before he went to do it.
But you see the reasons why.
Frustrating.
Let it go.
And so reset yet again. 33 rounds played.
Okay, so A main pressure into
So
dish
much
pressure.
slower. Taking the time.
Again,
Gentlemates exploring.
question mark. Oh
certain
my goodness.
parts of the
Question mark created.
map. Spike is in drop though. That's the one thing you've got to consider here. As both players
It's
start
kind
to
of
move
nice
to a more
from
aggressive
Gentlemates at
angle.
the moment. They got 2 smokes
But
out
at
of
the same time,
Ata.
they're starting to explore elsewhere, and there's 2 players here for
Are they
Gentlemates.
ready?
2v2. Reclear in the middle of the round. FUT looking for a fight. Mates giving it to
Oh
them, and it's
my.
Zeus with 2 kills. As
Surely
always,
not.
striking
Dude,
yet
what a
again.
stun that is to
That's
save
the
him.
numbers.
Zeus is still alive.
He's managed to keep himself cooped up in main for now. Split up
Ah,
from
Mr.
Fallen, but he
Fowler,
can put
yeah.
2 and 2
Mr.
together.
Fowler had a beast
Kamek,
round.
the provider. Can he put up any more? No, Zeus has stopped it. And so it's Zipan. Now, with his chance to shine, how many times have mates got to look for a hero to win them around?
30
This
seconds
is what it's
left.
starting to get to, right? Gentlemates looking for heroes. And, I mean, this is so out of the realms of possibility. There's no way that Zipan can win this one.
But want to be the villain against another of those Ascension teams that want to
Let's see.
solidify that guest
And the
slot.
the stun from Mr. Fallon to save Zeus was
have looked
nuts.
so good, yet Gentlemates are still bashing their heads against the wall here. Zeus gives them a second layer and takes the fight further forwards. It just solidifies what they'd already built on.
I mean, it was such a coin flip, though. You know, such a coin flip with that 2v2 in towards main.
Oh my god.
You're really waiting to see how it goes, right? Zeus is
Get to
always
Jay.
the player that you're going to hit.
No, my guy. Not like this.
Et
Oh boy. Okay, no armor in the overtime.
This.
But maybe, honestly, they needed a change up, so maybe this is what has to happen.
Gentlemates have done this before, exploring towards Dish, but they never went any further.
No. And FUT have also set up for B multiple times, so this stab in the back could be blindsiding. But there is a trap in play, and that has to be the biggest issue right now. No real way to suppress. I mean, the drone, not in the right position. It's Zipan there. They've got to converge, and they do so
break the trip and then go for the double swing. That was cool.
Back in for more fights, finding his second cadder again. This dynamic duo has done enough.
Big flash. Oh my god, what a flash. Oh my god, oh my god.
Oh, Cracks able to finally capitalize.
Dude, Gentlemates played this round really well, though.
Finally
Let's see if they can keep it up. It's been nice from them.
These two remaining players need to try and get something back. Cad has just been seen trying to escape. Now that's why you're seeing Mr. Fallen look towards B main.
Still losable for sure, especially with this duel coming up.
Mission, though. Oh, Mr. Fallen!
Oh god.
One man, all that's needed.
Oh, it gets the ult.
So close now to the finish line. Kamek, the one that separates them from success on the second map.
It's the raid boss, but this might be too much.
That's the thing, though. Kamek has been so good so far.
Yeah.
Time and time
And this was
again.
really nice from Mr. Fallen.
Because
he's really sure he's over towards B main.
EMEA 2025 so far.
Damn, Mr. Fallen, that was huge. Okay, we're going to Lotus. What a mad map this was. It was an hour and 10 minutes on the VOD.
For all of the chances Gentlemates had, they just couldn't